Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Corey Johnson, and welcome to Relationship Management. Today's topic is going to be about belligerent. I'm coming to you at the present as your teacher. I will give examples of how my ex was belligerent. I am going to start off by saying this first. She is a very pretty woman, looked like Pocahontas, long hair, and we were great lovers, and I really fell in love with her very quickly. It was love at first sight. I met her on Facebook, at the time I was waiting for this woman in Israel to come for me. And this lady in Israel, she just kept on lying, saying she's going to come, and never came. And the lady in Israel has been lying to me since 2006, all the way to 2011. So I just couldn't take anymore of her shit and her lies, And so I went ahead and gave this chick a chance on Facebook, and I had let her know that, I love the lady a lot in Israel, but she keep faking me out, keep stringing me along. So I went ahead and let her come to me, because the Pocahontas lady had said, if she don't come to you this time, please let me come so I can love you. And I was like, wow, no woman has ever told me that before, so I went ahead and let her come. So to speed things up, I went ahead and bought a ring. When she came up in my life, she came up in my life, and I was very, very happy with her, and my ex-girlfriend, who I broke up with in Israel, she had got one of her friends to make videos on YouTube, and they had contacted my Pocahontas woman at the time and was talking to her, and the Pocahontas woman was checking their videos out, and then she would come to me asking me questions. You know what I mean? So I had told her that don't entertain my ex, because I don't love her anymore, and she's the devil. You know what I mean? She's saying things to scare you off. I told her that. She's saying things to break up my happy home, because she knew that I really found true happiness. I'm more than sure she felt the happiness the way we looked at each other in the pictures and videos and how we kissed. And she's jealous of the fact that I, proposed to you in front of the world. I gave you a diamond ring. I put it all on YouTube for the world to see my happiness. And you let her, poison your mind against me. And that's how it was. Pocahontas woman got stupid with me, y'all. She just got, she just became this dumb person and started believing, my ex, and she she didn't believe in me no more. She decided she wanted to believe my ex, So she started acting crazy. She was an angel at first, but she turned to an evil, wicked witch. You know what I mean? After her mind got poisoned, she wasn't the same anymore. She wasn't my ride or die, meaning that she didn't protect me. I was her man. You know what I mean? That she was fucking me. But the lady in Israel, we never fucked because we never met. You understand? So the Pocahontas woman, she wasn't my ride or die. She didn't protect me. She didn't stand up for me. She didn't put her up in check. At first, she was, standing her ground. And next thing you know, she started emailing my ex in Israel a lot. When I'm sleeping, she just spending time with her, talking a lot. And I had found out, you understand? I caught her emailing and stuff like that, and I was reading. So I asked her to stay out of contact with her because she's trying to poison your mind and trying to break up our happy home. You know what I'm saying? So she just kept on in with it, and I caught her other times. Next thing you know, Pocahontas woman just became this personality you didn't recognize or know. She went schizophrenic on me, psychotic on me. You know what I mean? These behaviors came, bipolar behavior, post-traumatic stress disorder. She was crazy, you know. And at the time I had my kids in the house, she was hollering and screaming and stuff, you know. And my children weren't used to all of that craziness. You know, I had sole and physical custody of my kids, you know, at the time. When they was telling their mom that they scared that she's gonna kill us up in there, you know. So next thing you know, I lost my kids. I mean, my kids' mom spoke with her mom, and they made a plan, and they took my kids from Portland to New Orleans. You know what I mean? And I can't blame her for that because the kids were scared, and the children explained to their mom that she feel that this woman I got up in the house is gonna kill us. That she's crazy. She be hollering and screaming whenever they be trying to sleep overnight for school. She be hitting the walls and stuff, and you know, and they're scared for their life. You know what I mean? So a mother is gonna do what a mother had to do and take the kids away from me, you know. And you know, and that's what my ex did to me. She made me lost my kids with her craziness. And I was telling her a lot of times, let's stop shouting like she's crazy because our neighbors is gonna call the police and tell my landlord and you're gonna get us evicted out of here. And she just kept on, so I had to put her out a lot because she couldn't control her conduct. You know? Instead of her, you know, having understanding that my ex is jealous of me and don't want me with nothing good. And like, she became my friend. Understand? So, my ex, which was the Pocahontas looking woman, she was so immature. She had to tell lies on me a lot. She told lies on me a lot. And whenever you get yourself involved with a nuisance that has to stoop so low like that, it's called a low life. You know, she was when I would be talking to her, you know what I mean, telling her she needs to stop hollering and stuff like that. You know what I mean? She's being disrespectful and stuff, and you know, trying to keep her up in check, telling her you're gonna wind up losing me. I'm gonna have to let you go. You know, she's going online telling people I'm attacking her. So I had to show my mama that, you know what I mean, when she was writing online, my mama had to tell her also, you shouldn't tell people he is attacking you, you know what I mean, if he's not literally beating you or putting his hands on you, because you can get him hurt. I'm scared you're gonna get my son hurt, you know, and my mom was like, did he hit you? Did he ever hit you? And she said, no. Well, then I just read you telling people you attack, that he's attacking you, you know? And she told my mama, no, I'll never tell nobody that he's attacking me, you know what I mean? So I showed my mom online when she, you know, I had screenshotted when she told somebody that he hit me, and I had showed my mama, you know what I mean? So she's a pathological liar, you know, and she's an adult, and she needs to be ashamed of herself, you know, so I will never give her a chance ever again. Because if a person got to stoop that low to lie, they're no good. That's no good for me. You know, them type of a women are a monster, and that's what you call a low life. You know, belligerent is an adjective. It describes someone or something that is hostile, aggressive, and eager to fight or argue in a formal or historical context. It can also refer to a nation, state, or individual actively engaged in war. A low life is an insulting, disapproving term for someone with low moral character or a poor social reputation, often associated with criminal behavior and dishonesty or disruptive actions. It typically describes a person engaging in contemptible, exploitative, or socially condemned behavior. Often, the term is used as an indication of disapproval or antisocial or self-destructive behaviors, usually bearing a connotation of contempt and derision. Her personal behavior that I'm describing is and was combative, uncooperative, or argumentative person. She was cruelty, evil, hateful, and very vindictive. She was aggressive, hostile, bellicose, pugnacious, and contentious. And these types of ladies that possesses these kinds of evil spirits, don't ever try with them. Don't ever give them a chance. You need to think with your head on your shoulder blade instead of the one below your navel card. Make sure you read her spirit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure she don't have these type of evil spirits before she even come. You're gonna be sorry. Because these type of ladies, they're married and stuff, and sue you for child support after you get them children. Sue you for alimony and everything. Mess your life around. You need to make sure, get involved with a woman that have evil spirits, or you're gonna be sorry. It's not worth it. You giving them good sex and stuff, letting them in your house, just to break up with them. You shouldn't put yourself through that. Bible says, by their fruit you should know them. And if any woman have evil spirit, don't let them come by your house. Don't even give them a chance. Somebody might want to ask me, what makes a person belligerent? The key factors are reasons for unwarranted, confrontational, and hostile behavior are many and often complex. Causes may include and are not limited to pathological anger, hyperaggression, pathological bullying, compulsive lying, narcissistic rage, post-traumatic stress disorder, brain trauma, difficult, or stupid. These type of women are full of illiterate behaviors, and they also have a lot of dumb ways about them. They are very difficult to deal with, and they lack of understanding. They're very negative and very crazy. These types of women would beat themselves in the face whenever they get angry or mad. My ex was so crazy she taken her cell phone and hit herself in the face, and that stupid witch started bleeding. She did that while claiming that I didn't love her. The evil demonic demons that she had in her made her kept knocking holes in my walls with her head. She would just start banging her head repeatedly on my wall very hard until she knocked a big ass hole in it. You see, ladies and gentlemen, belligerent types carry these early patterns all the way into adulthood, from childhood, expressing considerable, persistent, and maladaptive aggression in a variety of ways and circumstances. They have a short fuse. They're antagonistic and are emotionally volatile. Somebody might want to ask me, what does antagonistic mean? The answer is, antagonistic is an adjective describing something that is actively opposing, hostile, or showing unfriendliness towards someone or something. It involves a clash or resistance and can be applied to human behavior biological functions, and chemical interactions. These kinds of ladies will sell you out. They will betray you quickly. They're not to be trusted. These type of people have a weak mind. They will believe your ex and become friends with her after she turns on you, after she believes in your ex-woman instead of believing in you. You see, an antagonistic person is generally difficult to get along with. They're argumentative and self-centered. These individuals often exhibit a lack of concern for how their actions affect others and view interactions competitively. These types of women has a demonic spirit in them which allows behavior that often called gaslighting. If she is deliberately manipulating your reality to make you question your own sanity, if she habitually lies for no clear reason, she may be a pathological or compulsive liar. And I can assure you that my ex wasn't a pathological liar and a compulsive liar. Here's the difference. Pathological compulsive lying is a condition where a person has an uncontrollable or habitual tendency to tell lies, often to make themselves look like a victim or a hero, or even when there is no obvious benefit. Beware of women that are mythomania and denialism. Mythomania is a psychological term sometimes used to describe an extreme condition where someone creates elaborate, fantastical stories and may eventually begin to believe their own lies. Denialism, the persistent refusal to accept empirically verifiable truth, often accompanied by rationalizing falsehoods. My ex is also a lying sociopathic liar. Someone might want to ask me, what is a lying sociopath behavior? Sociopathic lying is a form of deceit that goes beyond simple lies. These individuals lie with a clear motive to manipulate, control, or directly harm others for their own benefits. Unlike pathological liars, whose lies may stem from a compulsion, sociopaths use lies as tools in a calculated strategy. Somebody might want to ask me, what are the 10 signs of sociopath? Alright, before I give it, I'm going to explain something to you. And psychologically, sociopath typically refers to someone with antisocial personality disorder. It abbreviates ASPD. The 10 hallmark signs include a severe lack of empathy, chronic manipulation, pathological lying, impulsivity, lack of remorse, superficial charm, irresponsibly aggression, a disregard for laws, social norms, and a total disregard for the safety of themselves and others. These behaviors form a consistent, long-term pattern rather than isolated incidents. And number one is a lack of empathy. They struggle or entirely fail to understand or care about the feelings, needs, or boundaries of others. Number two is a chronic manipulation. They frequently use charm, deceit, or intimidation to exploit others and get what they want. I'm going to give an example. Before I really, decided to dump her, I took her to a mental facility to get her some mental help. I figured, I really love this woman, and I'm going to see if she's going to get this help. She told the people that she feels she don't need no mental help. She said that I just want her to come there to get a relationship pill. So she made me look stupid, and the people looked at me. I'm sorry, but we don't have pills for a relationship. So man, so we just went home. I just took her to the airport. There's no use, And every time I try to get her, she just lie instead of telling the truth. I don't need a liar in my life. I don't love liars, and I would never give a liar a chance to come back up in my life. Pathological lying, part 3. They lie easily and often, sometimes for personal gain and sometimes for no apparent reason at all, making up elaborate stories or altering facts. Number 4, the lack of remorse or guilt. They feel no shame or guilt about how their actions negatively affect others, often rationalizing or justifying harmful behavior. Number 5, impulsivity. They struggle to plan for the future, often acting rashly on the spur of the moment without considering the consequences. Number 6, superficial charm. They can be surprisingly engaging, charismatic, and articulate, but this charm is often a calculated mask to win trust or manipulate situations. Number 7, irresponsibility. They frequently fail to honor obligations, whether it's showing up for work consistently, paying bills, or keep promises. Aggressiveness and hostility. They may be irritable, easily angered, and prone to starting physical fights or verbally attacking those around them. Disregard. Number 9 is disregard for rules and laws. They have a weak conscience and consistently cross moral and legal boundaries, which can sometimes lead to criminal behavior. Number 10, reckless and disregard for safety. They engage in dangerous activities without concern for their own well-being or the safety of others. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for enjoying this message.